As far as we know, we are alone in the universe. Earth is the only planet known to be inhabited by life, and humans are the only intelligent beings. There are, of course, rumors of alien contacts. There's Area 51, the Air Force Base in Nevada, where the government supposedly stores aliens in freezers. And there was that mysterious crash landing in Roswell, New Mexico in 1947. And, of course, the mutilated cows in Colorado. In a recent poll, 1 in 4 Americans said they believe the planet has already been visited by an extraterrestrial. For the rest of us, though, aliens are relegated to the realm of fiction, and UFO sightings are simply hoaxes or events that have some unknown but natural explanation. That doesn't mean alien life could not be real. Scientists are taking that possibility seriously and are looking beyond our planet for evidence of ETs. The idea there might be other creatures in the universe has been around since at least the 5th century BC, when the Greek philosopher Democritus posited innumerable worlds of different sizes, not all of which were devoid of life. 400 years later, the Roman poet Titus Lucretius Carus wrote of other worlds with different tribes of men and kinds of wild beasts. In the 17th century, German astronomer Johann Kepler, in what is regarded as the first science fiction story, wrote about a voyage to the moon in which travelers encountered reptile-like creatures. At the end of that century, doth mathematician Christian Huygens wrote a book speculating on the conditions on other planets and concluding that some of them must harbor life. Aiming his telescope at Mars in 1894, the American astronomer Percival Lowell saw a web of what he thought were canals, structures so elaborate they could have been built only by beings with intelligence. With the founding of NASA and other space agencies in the 20th century, people began to explore the solar system and actively search for alien life. We sent satellites to photograph other planets and robots to explore their surfaces. Astronauts walked on the moon and brought back rocks and dust. Scientists found evidence of water on the moon and Mars, as well as on Jupiter's moon Europa. Amino acids were discovered in meteorites that had fallen to Earth. Ever more powerful telescopes and new ways to analyze their readings have led to the discovery of hundreds of planets orbiting other stars. Though no one has found life anywhere other than on Earth, I have faith in that discovery seems just around the corner. The search for ET takes two broad forms. NASA and other government-funded space agencies are concentrating their search on simple, microscopic life that may have existed or may still exist close to home on a planet or moon in our solar system. Other scientists search for signs of creatures a bit more like us, beings that may themselves be searching for other intelligent life forms. The most ambitious search began in 1960 when astronomer Frank Drake pointed a radio telescope at two stars similar to our sun and listened for some kind of signature of intelligence. He tuned into a frequency of 1,420 megahertz, which is a radio wave emitted by cold hydrogen gas, chosen because hydrogen's abundance in the universe. At the time, it was the best guess of the mutually intelligible signal an alien race might use to contact Earth. Drake's work inspired people around the world to search for ET intelligence. The foremost project, called the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, or SETI, is based in Mountain View, California. SETI has never found definitive evidence of intelligent life, but in 1977, an engineer working at a telescope in Ohio detected a mysterious 72-second pulse that originated a long way from Earth. Whether it came from aliens or more likely a black hole event, it was never determined. The rather long pulse, which prompted the engineer to write "wow" in the margin of a printout of the telescope's recordings, it has never been repeated, but it has persuaded at least some radio astronomers to keep searching. More recently, SETI scientists expanded their search beyond radio frequencies. They're looking for bright flashes that last a billionth of a second or less. As far as they know, this is something that a laser can do, but that nature can't. SETI scientists figure that such a pulse would represent an intentional, high-tech, long-distance message, evidence of somebody deliberately using a laser focused into a large telescope to create a detectable signal over many light years between stars. The radio signal approach hasn't turned up much so far, as the head of research at SETI admits they don't know what the ideal frequencies might be, and even with a new search for laser flashes, the SETI scientists might be using incorrect technologies, but they still think the effort is worthwhile.